Wednesday show. Wednesday show. Wednesday show. Oh, we have people who are already waiting. Hello. That's on my screen. It's just a box. So I'm not sure what that emoji is. How's everyone doing? You guys doing good? Hopefully everyone's doing well out there. We usually sing a song. Let's sing a song. Simply having a wonderful Wednesday show. Simply, because it's gonna be Christmas themed. How could you forget about the Wednesday show? Wednesday show. Wednesday show. I work with someone who said that they can't hear the word Wednesday without automatically saying Wednesday show. Wednesday show. And that makes me feel happy. That means I'm one step closer to world domination. I can get that one person. that one person is going to be under my control. Hiya. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Are you guys doing good? Tonight we're going to be talking all about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So if you guys want to join in, come join us while we wait for other people to hop on here. Let me know. Have you guys ever done Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party before? And we're going to be going through. That's going to be we're going to be going through and answering your questions, talking about what to do, my tips and tricks, and all that other fun stuff. I had a great time last night. Last night was a lot of fun. And we'll also go to through the old debate here too. I played the new DuckTales adventure today. I played it at the UK Pavilion. Actually, that's going to be my YouTube video tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. That will be coming to you guys live tomorrow on my YouTube channel. In addition to that, I will be going back to Epcot tomorrow and trying to complete all the rest of the missions before the game officially opens up to everyone else on Friday. But I was able to do a preview. So shout out to the cast members who take me along in their preview. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, even though they told me not to say who they are. But I still appreciate them out there greatly for helping me and letting me participate. Hey, yo! Overlay Guardians, it's okay. I mean, it's literally just the music. Everything else is exactly the same thing. Hola! 2 years ago, we kept up midnight. Oh, happy birthday! I remember that night. I remember you guys keeping me up forever. So let's get this party started. We're going to start the 695th. We're 5 away from 700, which is crazy. We're going to start the 695th episode of the Wednesday show in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 695th episode of the Wednesday show. Today is December 14th, 2022, and I'm your host, as always, Brent Dodge. Hello. Today we're going to be going through and doing a recap of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, but before we get to that, of course, we have to cover the news for the week. First off, thank you everyone out there who's been joining us for our Saturday in the Park. If you don't already know, every single Saturday on my YouTube channel now, we do a live broadcast from someplace found throughout the Walt Disney World Resort. You never know where we're going to be, but I guarantee you we're always going to be at Disney. We're always going to have some fun. So make sure you join us every single Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time right here on my YouTube channel. Also, if you guys aren't already here, we just kind of talked about it a little bit while we were waiting for people to come on. The new DuckTales Adventure debuts this Friday. I had the chance to participate in it today, and I will also be going back and participating in it tomorrow as well. But so far, a lot of fun. It's pretty much the same gimmicks that they used to have for the old, for Kim Possible and for Agent P. But still, I absolutely loved it. I always have loved these interactive experiences. And I will have a YouTube video about that coming out tomorrow. So make sure you go check that out. I'm trying to become the first person to have a video out about it. I'm sure there's probably someone who's already got it out there, but hopefully we can pass that person up tomorrow. So we're coming for you if anyone's out there. Yeah, so we'll see. And of course, If you guys didn't already know, every single day we are releasing a brand new video over on my YouTube channel. And of course, as always, let's check out our subscriber count at the start here. If we continue going up throughout the night here, we will go into extra innings. Our starting total is 2,403 subscribers. We are 97 subscribers away from hitting 2,500, which is my goal of going into 2023. I refuse to go into 2023 unless I have 2,500 subscribers. So if you know anyone who's not subscribed yet, make sure you send them on over so I can enter the 2023 with everyone else out there as well. And of course, as always, tonight's show is sponsored by It's All About the Mouse Travel Jazz Hands. Make sure you stop by itsallaboutthemousetravel.com for all of your Disney travel needs. All their services are absolutely positively 100% free. So make sure you book with them for your next Disney vacation. Okay. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. There we go. Okay, so last night, December 13th, 2022, I went over to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I've gone to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party every year except for 2 years, and one of those years was when, or I guess 2 of the years it wasn't going on. But there's been 1 year since I moved down here in 2010 that I did not do Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party just because I just did not go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I always enjoy doing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and I also love Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go through and talk about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We're going to talk about the tips, the tricks, what to do, what to avoid, where you can get those delicious cookies and where you can get the not so delicious cookies as well. I do have my rankings of what is the best cookie down to the worst cookie during the Christmas party for this year. But let's get this started. Just in case anyone out there has never done Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, it is a festive holiday cheer. I'm just making this up at the top of my head. A festive holiday cheer spread throughout the entire year, except for just, select nights through November and December. When you go over to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, it is a one-night ticketed event that ranges anywhere between $120 to $179, depending on when you're actually going. And it's pretty expensive, but at the same time, depending on what your plan is, it might be worth it for you to do. I personally think it's worth it for me to do, even though I go to Magic Kingdom literally at least 3 times a week. I absolutely love Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party because it gives a unique spin on what to do. We have exclusive shows, we've got exclusive fireworks, exclusive parades, and so much more over there as well. So I absolutely love going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So let's get this party started. While we go through here, if you guys have any, if you guys have any questions as we go through here, make sure you throw the questions into the comments, and I will go through and answer any and all questions as we go through here as well. Starting off with this one, the most important question: how many cookies did you eat? Let's go to the booklet here. So I ate. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was there only 5 candy stops? I thought there was one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's 5. 5 cookie stops. I had 6 cookies. I did not eat 2 of the cookies completely. They were okay, but they weren't great. And then the other stations, the other 3 stations, delicious cookies that I had all the cookie. And one of them I had 2 cookies. Okay, so let's get this party started. So when you get to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the first big tip that I want to give people out there is, 1, you can start arriving at 4 o'clock with your ticket. So the party doesn't actually start until 7. However, you can start getting into the park at 4 o'clock. How they do this is 1/2 of the main turnstiles, the ones that are closer to the Magic Kingdom, are just for people going to the Magic Kingdom. That's where I usually go. And then the ones that are closer to the bus stop are specifically for people who are going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So starting at 4 o'clock, you can go in, you can get some rides done before you actually start the party out. One of my biggest tips, though, is a lot of the times that entrance to get into the Magic Kingdom through the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party line goes like way back there. Like it's literally like 60, 70, 80, 90, no exaggeration, 100 people deep sometimes. So if you were at another park earlier in the day, or if you've got Magic Kingdom for that day, make sure you get over to Magic Kingdom at any time. But if you go in through the normal guest entrance, you can still do that. And then you can actually pick up your wristband, which looks kind of like so. You can get your wristband and have it so you can enter the park with ease, not worried about all those other people. And then you just go to one of the other stations. When you get to that spot, they'll give you your wristband. They will give you your map. And then this year, if you go through the main entrance, then you get it at a different spot. But if you go through one of those stations like I did yesterday, you get your Christmas ornament. What? So it says Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and it's got the 50 Walt Disney World. And then on the back, it says 2022. What's the bottom part say? Oh, it's just a FAC 01182. It's just mid number. It has nothing. So you get one of these little bad boys here. When I got to the park yesterday, the line for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party line was long. I had a Magic Kingdom reservation anyways for the day, so I went through that way, and I just went right up to Tomorrowland Terrace, and I got my little wristband, I got my map, and I got my Christmas ornament, and it made life a whole lot easier. In addition to that, while we're talking about free stuff, in addition to that, when you leave the party, they also give you one of these posters, which has the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at the top there. And then we've got Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto there with Christmas presents, or not Christmas presents. Oh, a cookie and a cocoa, because that's what you do exclusively at the party. And that says Walt Disney World 50. If you did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year, they also gave one of these out. Now, this is kind of what they're doing, at least this year. Instead of, in the past, they used to give out the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards that were exclusive to the parties. Now they're doing these ones instead. I hope they continue doing these next year too, because I am a sucker for any type of thing that I can just hang on a wall. If you've never seen behind me here and seen all the chaos that's going on, I absolutely love these posters, though. I think the posters are amazing, and there's so much detail on them, and it looks amazing. I have the other one's hanging up in my room, the not so scary one. Otherwise, I would bring that out here as well. So yes, so that is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in a nutshell. No, okay. So how the party works is from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You're there with all the other regular Joe Schmoes, which is what I usually am when I'm at the party, or I'm usually at the park the days of the party, because if you ever go to the parks the days of the parks are usually a lot slower, because a lot of people are like, oh, the park closes at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to go there before. So when you go through there, you're with the other guest. So I did People Mover, because I always do People Mover. I went around and I took some pictures of maps and different stuff, and I got a burger. I got the Mr. Toad burger for the 50th anniversary. And then I made my way at 6:15 over to the first queue line of the night. So since the party doesn't actually start till 7, from 6 to 7, if you want to, you are more than welcome to go through and go on as many rides as possible. You just have to have your wristband. They're going to ask you to show the wristband at the start of every single attraction's entrance, and then you are free to go in. The nice thing about this, at this point, there's no lightning lane, so the line just keeps on moving and moving and moving and moving throughout the entire evening. However, if you want to start kind of taking advantage of the different characters that you can meet along the way, that's what I usually do. So at 6:15, I went over, because my main goal, literally my main goal every single year, is to meet Scrooge McDuck during the party. Used to be able to meet him at Disney's Animal Kingdom in Dinoland USA. However, they did kind of cut that out a little bit a few years ago because of this thing called COVID. And so now you can kind of see him waving on a barge. So I got in line to meet Donald and Scrooge McDuck there. I go Donald and Scrooge. And then in the same line, they have Minnie and Daisy too. So while you're going through there, they do have exclusive character meet and greets that you can have. So over by the Mad Tea Party, they had Tweedledee and Tweedledum, always having lots of fun. That's from the disco or Mouser-size disc from the 1970s. If you've ever heard it. It's a great disc, great CD. Mickey Mouse is down at the Town Square Theater. In addition to that, you can also meet Jack Skellington and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. Santa Goofy is over by the Barnstormer. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or not Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs are found over by the castle walls. They have it so the princesses, like Cinderella's there with Prince Charming. Tiana's there with Naveen. Rapunzel's there with Flynn Rider. and Aurora's there with Prince Philip. If you go over to Storybook Hall. We also have Captain Jack Sparrow was over by Pirates of the Caribbean. Moana was at the Enchanted Tiki Room. Santa Claus is behind Ye Old Christmas Shop. And I'm forgetting one or two, and I apologize. Oh, Winnie the Pooh and friends are dressed in their festive best. And then, Ariel. Ariel, along with Prince Eric, are found over across from the Little Mermaid attraction. So if you want to meet any of these character lines do get insanely long. So, like I said, I usually go through and try to have it so I meet the characters I care about the most, aka Scrooge McDuck, and get in that line as quickly as possible. So at 6:15, I got into that line, and I was meeting him around 7:15, maybe 7:10. Right around then, the line was a standstill for the first 45 minutes because the characters weren't out yet. But when you get in there, for them, they're inside the circus tent for Dumbo and the extended queue. So you go through the lightning lane side instead of going through the standby side. Everyone else can go through the standby side and still continue to ride Dumbo. But you go through the lightning lane side and eventually get into that circus tent area where you meet Donald and Scrooge, and then you go meet Minnie and Daisy as well. So overall, amazing character meet and greets. If I had more time, and I wish I had more time, I would have met more characters. However, those were the only 4 characters I met yesterday. So after meeting those characters, I had a decision to make because let me open up my handy dandy thing here. So there are a total of 2 dance parties, 2 shows, a fireworks, and a parade. All of them are at specific times. There is the Storybook Circus Disney Junior Jingle Jam found over in Storybook Circus. I walked by it. There was not a lot of jamming going on over there. There was maybe 10 kids. But they've got some of the Playhouse Disney characters out there. Over at the Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe, they've got Club Tinsel. When I went by there, every time Stitch was in there. I think there's other characters that would come and go, but Stitch was just happened to be every time I walked by Cosmic Rays every single time last night. He was the only character there. But after the thing, I had a choice because I could either go to Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration, which is the Castle Show, or I could go over to Tomorrowland and see a Totally Tomorrowland Christmas. They were 5 minutes apart. One started at 7:40, one started at 7:45, and I figured that the 7:40 showing on the Castle Show would probably be filled up, so I made my way over to Tomorrowland to go check out a Totally Tomorrowland Christmas. If you've never seen a Totally Tomorrowland Christmas, you're in luck because I'm going to have it uploaded on my YouTube video in the next few days here. It's ridiculous. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I don't know why I'm watching this, but it's kind of entertaining because it's so ridiculous. So essentially what's happening is we've got a girl out there who's like, oh, we have Santa coming and we're going to have some of our favorite Tomorrowland friends. Yay. And so we have Buzz Lightyear there, Mike Wazowski, and we also have Stitch on the giant screen that is there in Tomorrowland. And she has hired Stitch to go try to catch her Santa Claus. And Stitch points out all the things about Santa that we all know are true. He is a bad guy because he breaks into houses and he snitches on kids when they're being bad. So I always find it funny. So then she realizes, or then Stitch realizes what Christmas is all about. And of course we all celebrate, but there's some ridiculous songs going on here. But overall, I can't. It's like a guilty pleasure. It's so bad, it's good. So I checked that out. Like I said, that's going to be going up on my YouTube channel the next few days here. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Then I made my way over to the Tomorrowland Speedway. So during the Christmas party, they actually have it. So there are 4 different attractions that have a holiday overlay. Now, one of them is the Jingle Cruise, which just always has an overlay during this time of year. So you can go there during the day, during a non-party time, and still enjoy the Jingle Cruise. Or you can go during the Christmas party, which I did yesterday because there was no line at all for it, and have a great, great time. Actually, yesterday, before we get into the other ones, yesterday's Jingle Cruise was hands down the greatest Jingle or Jungle Cruise I think I've ever had. The skipper was a riot. She had every punchline down to the beat. Like she was, I almost proposed at the end. She was absolutely hilarious, and I give her all the props in the world. And I went to guest relations afterwards to put her name in because, she deserved it. She really deserved it. She was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Jungle Cruise skippers I've ever heard in my life. Just every joke was dead on. Every joke. Anyways, So the other ones are Holiday Space Mountain. I did not do Holiday Space Mountain, not by choice, but because the ride broke down when I was going to do it. I was going to do it with about half an hour left of the party, and there's my mom wanting to know who this girl is going to fake propose to us. But um, but they had Space Mountain. I was going to go half an hour before, so I was going to go at like 11:30, but unfortunately the ride was down. And I asked them, I said, so what's the ride like? And the girl's like, oh, they have Christmas music and they have strobe lights. And I was like, that's how it's holiday themed. She's like, yeah. She's like, watch it just you can watch it on YouTube. Like, you don't have to come to the party to see it. I was like, oh, kind of wanted to write it myself, but okay. And so I did not have a chance to do that one, but then I did do the Tomorrowland Speedway. Tomorrowland Speedway's Christmas thing, I recorded it. I find it really entertaining. Like, I think some people probably would be like, this is ridiculous. I find it really entertaining. They pump Christmas music in there, which is kind of tough to hear while you're driving in the cars, because those are extremely loud. But they pipe in music. And then if you've seen those Christmas decorations, or if you joined us on the Wednesday show 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, when we did a live broadcast from Magic Kingdom, we went over on the Speedway, and I pointed out all those different white decorations. The white decorations during the Christmas party actually light up to the music. It's very cool how they do it. So that one is, I think it's worth doing. I can see most people saying it's not worth doing, and I don't blame you at all if you don't think it's worth doing either. But I try to do everything. I would have done everything if it was not for, if it wasn't for Space Mountain breaking down. I definitely would have had it, had every single one of them down throughout the night. The final one is the Mad Tea Party, which has a holiday overlay, which again is just pumping in bright lights and pumping out Christmas music while you're on there. I did film a video of this. I don't know if I'll ever upload the video of this. I want to, but I'm just afraid people might throw up while watching it, because I go all out and I try to spin. Hello, Minnesota. But yeah, so those are the 4 attractions that have the holiday overlays. I was telling you my exact day, but then all of a sudden I got distracted when I started talking about the attractions. So the other things that they have is they've got the castle shows. The castle show is, I keep on forgetting the name, Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration. So Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration consists of Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Daisy, and Pluto. Just the 5 of them, no Donald, showing up at the stage along with some, dancer friends. And they're like, yeah, we're here to celebrate Christmas. And then all of a sudden they realize Donald's not there. And Daisy says, it's okay, I'll send him a text. And then they start singing this song about Christmas and texting. And then eventually it leads into other songs when Donald shows up, because all of a sudden everyone decides to invite their friends to this Christmas party. So next thing you know, Clarabelle Cow comes up and she sings All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, except for it's a cow singing it this time, which means that it's a whole lot better. And then Jose and Panchito, aka the 2 of the 3 Caballeros, along with Donald, go out there and they sing Feliz Navidad. And then we also, I missed one, but now I'm drawing a blank on what I missed. And then we have all of our Fantasyland friends come out and they sing along with us too. They sing the bell song. Ring those Christmas bells, ring those Christmas bells. Ding, ding, ding. And Donald the whole time is like covering his ears because he's annoyed by it. And then at the end, everyone joins together to sing It Feels Like Christmas from Muppets Christmas Carol. And it's my favorite part of the entire night after meeting Scrooge McDuck. If you've never seen Muppets Christmas Carol, what are you doing? It's 30 years old this year. It's an amazing film. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Is it my favorite Christmas? It might be my favorite Christmas movie. That and It's a Wonderful Life are like my top 2. I absolutely love both of them. But Muppets Christmas Carol, they have the song It Feels Like Christmas, and it's such a great song, and it's so cool having it inside the park and having Mickey and the entire gang sit there and sing it. I posted a YouTube short actually today of like a 30-second clip of them all singing it up on the stage. I absolutely love it. It's just one of my favorite things to watch. So the entire show is definitely worth seeing. They've got 4 different shows throughout the night. Now, if you're ever going to these parties and you are willing to stay up all the way till the park closes, and by the way, if you're going to spend $100+ on a 5-hour party event, I hope you're willing to stay from 7 o'clock to midnight. I just, do yourself a favor and stay the whole 5 hours, because if you stay till the end, everything on this end part is going to be a lot less crowded than things at the beginning. So, for instance, I went to the very first A Totally Tomorrowland Christmas over at Tomorrowland, which was at 7:45. I also went by at 11:35 for the very last show, and during the last show, there might have been 10 people watching the show. At the first show, there was probably about 300 of us that were watching the show. So things are a lot less crowded as the night goes on. If you go to Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration at the end of the night, the very last show usually has a whole lot less people there than the very first show. So I did catch the 10:35 show, and I caught the 11:55 show as well of Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration, because I think it's a great show. I think it's a great way to end the night too, because I just love that they end with "It Feels Like Christmas." It's such a good song. So by the way, if you guys didn't used to end at 1 a.m. By the way, keep on throwing questions to the comments. Questions to the comments. We're going to continue going through and answering all questions as we go through here. There was a few years ago that the parties would end at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I think this year, since this is like the first time that they brought back the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Not So Scary, I think they're testing to see if the 12 o'clock works out well enough for it, and I kind of think it does, honestly. Like I think they can reduce the hours and still make a lot of money. It's a win-win-win for them. But keep on throwing your questions in the comments. We're going to answer as many questions as possible as we go through here as well. And then in addition to the two shows and the dance parties, they also have a parade, which is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade, one of my favorite parades. I love this parade. This is one of those parades that if you go to see it, you're like, this is a great parade just because it keeps on going and going and going. If, however, you are going through and trying to film a YouTube video and holding your hand like this for 25 minutes, the parade keeps on going and going and going and going. It never stops. It never stops. Are the Seven Dwarfs still at Mickey's Christmas party? I didn't personally see them yesterday, but I was told that they were there. Someone was saying that all of them were there. Do you think Magic Kingdom will do the 24-hour day ever again? I want to say personally, I hope they will, but I personally don't think it's going to happen. I think it might happen sometime way down in the future, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime in the near future. Unfortunately, I was the first guest in and the last guest out one time at Magic Kingdom on the very first one that they did. I bragged forever about that one, about how I was the person who was in the park the longest that day. Okay, so the parade goes through, but during the parade, we've got Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Geppetto, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Wendy. So many different characters that you can find during the parade. I absolutely love this parade because the parade does keep on going on and on and on. We got Wreck-It Ralph, Penelope Von Schweetz. You've got pretty much every single princess that you can think of, along with their fellas. And then I don't think I've ever said the word fellas like that before, but the fellas are there. And then in addition to that, we also have Goofy, Chip, and Dale. I think I already said those characters. Clarabelle Cow is there, and she's cooking, and that whole float smells like gingerbread. That's amazing. I absolutely love it. And then finally, at the very end, we have Santa's Workshop with Woody, Jesse, Buzz Lightyear, little Forkies at the very top. And then eventually we get into the toy soldiers, and then we get to the dancing reindeer. And then at the end of the whole parade itself is Santa Claus himself. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it is one of the greatest moments. The whole parade, because it just keeps on going and going and going and going and going. Now, I went to both parades yesterday. Again, the second parade is always a lot less crowded. And if you go watch the parade further down away from Main Street, the less crowded it's going to be too. Kind of like just the regular parades as well. If you go to the parades during the day. But if you go to the parade on Main Street, it's chaotic. Like, it's absolutely chaotic. I learned a long time ago. I can still remember. Bye, Miss American. But I I remember years ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to watch on Main Street. Nothing's more Christmassy than Disney on Main Street watching the parade. Yeah, it's a great feeling, but at the same time, it's so chaotic. You have to get there so early, and it's not worth it. For me, as someone who wants to do everything and literally did everything last night, I want to make sure that I really get every single thing in and every second in as possible. So for the first parade, I watched it over by the Country Bear Jamboree. I was the second row back, and I had a guy who kept on moving all around. So that's not the YouTube video I'm going to be showing later on this week. And then in the second one, I had it so there was no one. I was the first row, and I walked up literally 2 minutes before the parade started, and I was over by Hall of Presidents. So you can go through there, and you can get a better spot the later you wait. So wait till later, and you'll be a-okay with the things. And then the final thing before we talk about our cookies, because a lot of people keep on asking about the cookies in the chat room. The final thing that we're going to talk about is Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks Show. If you want to watch it, I posted the entire fireworks show today over on my YouTube channel as well. So make sure you go check that out. Give it a like, give it a comment. If you haven't given a like to this video yet, too, this broadcast that's going on right now, give it a like. It's like right down over somewhere over here. Maybe. I don't know. My screen's different than what your screen looks like. So the fireworks show, amazing fireworks show. Again, I walked up literally this was like 15 minutes before the fireworks actually began, maybe 20 minutes before. But there's the yellow tape on the wall, on the ground. If you go to where the tape is and you stand right behind it, you've got like the best shot because there's not going to be anyone putting their kids on their shoulders. The only downsides of it is it usually is a walkway. Like I was at a walkway yesterday, but I was the very first person in that walkway. So if people were walking by, like they'd be in and out within a second. But overall, amazing spot, like absolutely amazing spot to be able to just kind of sit back, relax, and watch the fireworks from. So all these things, just, try to hold off as long as you can and kind of, embrace all of your time at the thing. But now let's get to the important stuff because everyone keeps on asking about the cookies. So let's talk about the cookies. So first off, yes, you can visit the cookie stations as often as you want. You can keep on going back over and over and over and over again, or you can even ask for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however many cookies you want. They're not always going to give it to you, but sometimes they will. There was one time where we went up and we asked them for cookies, and they literally gave us a garbage bag full of cookies. That's not even an exaggeration. That was in 2003 or 2013. I vividly remember that Christmas party because it was ridiculous how many cookies we walked away with. We started asking every cast member, do you want to just give us a bag of cookies? And they were just dumping cookies into a bag for us. So the cookie locations this year, let's go through each one of them, and I can talk about which ones I thought were really, really good, and some of them that were not so good at all. So let's start off with the Lunching Pad. The Lunching Pad is over in Tomorrowland. Over there, they gave apple cider. Wasn't good. Let's start off with this thing. I stick with the very, very strict beverages. I drink water constantly. This is like my 10th water bottle today that I usually have like a thermos at the park, but I go through more water than most humans probably do in a lifetime. So I usually drink water, and I also drink like soda, and that's exclusively all the beverages that and Powerade, but blue Powerade to be specific. I don't drink anything besides blue. If it's not blue, it's not for me. But when I go to these different spots, they had eggnog, they had hot cocoa. I tried all of it. It's not, for me, it's not. I'm not a drink expert. I am, however, a cookie expert. So if it's sweets, I got your back. So Lunching Pad, it had it so it was like a sugar cookie with cream, like the frosting on there. Amazing, really good cookie. I would have gone back for seconds if I wasn't trying to run over to Space Mountain, which just happened to be closed at that point, and then running over to other things as well. If I had more time, I would have gone over there and gotten about 5 more of those cookies because those cookies were amazing. Over at the Lunching Pad, they had it so there we could get gingerbread cookies along with a drink that I can't remember. I think it was hot cocoa. Was it hot cocoa? It might have been hot cocoa. Overall, that spot, I don't like gingerbread. So for me, not No, no, no. I had a little bit of it, and then I had to throw it away because I just did not think it was very good. Pinocchio's Village House. They had hot cocoa, and which was it was good for cocoa. And then they also had a what was it? They had a chocolate chip cookie. That one, the chocolate chip cookie, really good cookie. I love a good chocolate chip cookie, and this was a good chocolate chip cookie. I would have gone back again for this cookie again, but I just didn't have time. And then over at Columbia Harbor House, or maybe was this the gingerbread? What was the third cookie? There was a third cookie. Oh, Snickerdoodle. I'm sorry. Snickerdoodle was at Cosmic Rays. Not a big fan of it. It was okay. Because I said it was like a Snickers bar and a poodle had a baby, so it's called a Snickerdoodle. That was the joke I made in my Instagram story. But yeah, over in the Columbia Harbor House, they had the gingerbread cookies. And like I said earlier, I'm not a gingerbread fan, so I didn't really care for it that much. The Snickerdoodle was okay. It wasn't great. And then over at Tortuga Tavern, they had another sugar cookie that was frosted, which was amazing. So if I had to rank the cookies from best to worst, I would give it. I really like that Pinocchio's Village. I would give Pinocchio's Village House. I'd give that number one, and then the frosted cookie at Lunching Pad I thought was better than the one that was over at Tortuga Tavern, but Tortuga Tavern was a little bit better. And then the Snickerdoodle, and then the gingerbread. You don't like gingerbread or Snickerdoodle, but you like nasty generic grocery store sugar cookies. Yeah, why wouldn't you? I eat like a 5-year-old. You guys should know this by now. Eric, you say that as if when we do cruises together that we don't like just both the order off the kids menu the whole time. In addition to that, they also had it so you could buy specialty beverages and food. Here's just a few of them. Right here's pictures of them. So the first one there is a Once Upon a Christmas tart, which was over at Sunshine Tree Terrace, a chocolate and cranberry tart with Mickey ears. I don't like cranberries, so I didn't get this. Holiday dinner dog, all beef hot dog with cranberry mustard, savory stuffing, funnel cake, and cheese curds. I don't like cranberries, so I didn't have this. Sugar plum shake at Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies. Spiced sugar plum soft serve topped with cherry syrup, whipped cream, and sprinkles. I got regular ice cream instead because I like ice cream. Christmas tree cake. This sounded really good. It was almost there. It was almost at the Brent Dodge was going to eat this, and then it wasn't even close. Casey's Corner, red velvet brownie cheesecake. It lost me at red velvet. I'm not a big fan of red velvet. With eggnog buttercream, I'm not a fan of eggnog either. So that lost me too. And spiced caramel topped with mini sugar Christmas lights. I would eat in those sugar Christmas lights though. And then the Christmas wreath donuts, again, red velvet donut. I'm not a fan of red velvet, so that no. With green buttercream and holiday sprinkle decoration. In addition to that, they also had a few things like peppermint ice cream over at the Main Street thing. But I got absolutely none of the specialty food and beverage. I did not spend any extra money. Actually, I did not spend any extra money at all yesterday, with the exception of getting my burger earlier in the day. But I'm a picky eater, and yeah, so that's yeah. Okay, let's go to your questions. We got about 20 minutes left of the show here. Let's go to your questions about anything and everything with the Christmas party. We'll start off with the Christmas party questions, and then we'll go to other questions if we have time for other things. Has anyone, have you ever gone to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? I asked this before we got everyone on the chat room here. And 2, if you had to choose, I'll answer this one right now. If you had to choose, I'm going to throw this to you guys too. So if you've done both in the chat room, which one would you choose, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? As much as I love the Christmas party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is my favorite of the parties. I've always loved Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I love the costumes. I love walking around and doing the candy. The candy is always good. As we can see from my rankings of everything here tonight, I was talking more about anything else than that. And then I like the shows. I think are a little bit better, and I think the parade's a little bit better too. However, I do think I like the fireworks during this one a little bit better than the other fireworks. The other fireworks are trying so hard to tell a good story, and it's entertaining, but it's not like the best story possible. While this one, I like the music a lot. Yeah, when they used to have the dream lights on the castle, I love the dream lights. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, the only thing that would make tonight more special is that the castle is lit up like it used to be. Oh, I really miss that. Yeah, so overall, I spent 5 hours at the party. And during those 5 hours, I did every single thing that you can possibly do at the party, though, specifically for the party. And I was not disappointed. I felt like I got my money's worth. I think I really truly feel like I got my money's worth because I literally did everything. I wish I had a little bit more time to meet more characters, but at the same time, I'm happy because I got the one character that I really wanted to meet, which is Scrooge McDuck. And if I had more time, I probably just would have met Scrooge again, honestly. But yeah, I would like to go back and meet more characters and just watch the parade again and do some of the shows again. Overall, and also if you're here like between Christmas and New Year's, they do have it so you can see the parade during like the regular hours, but it's like chaotic. And they also bring out the stage show sometimes, but not all the times. So you can still see the stuff, but it's just not, I don't know. I kind of, because it's during the day, so it's not like the same feeling. And if you watch like the castle show during night, like there's like projections on the castle going along with it. And it's a great show, especially when it's at nighttime. Plus, maybe you appreciate it a little bit more when you're paying for it, opposed to last year when I watched it for free and I was like, this is okay. And then when I was watching it last night, I was like, oh, this is so great. This is magical. So maybe when you pay extra, it makes it a little bit more worthwhile. All right, keep throwing some questions out there into the comments. We're going to go through and answer your questions. We got about 20 minutes left here. Unless we got more subscribers. If we got more subscribers, then we will go into extra innings here and answering more questions as we go through here as well. I'm trying to think of any other questions that people might throw out there to answer while you guys are trying to figure out what questions you might ask there. I do like the Christmas tree ornament. Here we go. We got a question. Keep throwing your questions in there. You can watch the Disneyland parade. Oh, you can watch you watch Disneyland parade on fireworks without paying for the party. Not bad. If you could change some things about the Christmas party, what would you want to see? The one thing I really miss about the Christmas party from the olden days was, I don't know how many people remember this, but over by in between Carousel of Progress and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, where you can meet Buzz Lightyear now. Behind that was a stage. Now it's a parking lot, but there used to be a stage area. And they used to have another show there, another Christmas show during the party. I wish they would bring that back because that was the most ridiculous show I've ever seen on Disney property. And I wish I could go back and relive it. It literally consisted of Mickey and Minnie like in bed, like singing songs and characters going around their bedroom. It was weird. It was so weird. But yeah, so weird. But I kind of liked it. Because like I said, with the Totally Tomorrowland Christmas, it was Totally Tomorrowland Christmas is so crazy. I love it. Disneyland doesn't do a separate Christmas party, do they? No, they do for Halloween, but I don't think they do for Christmas, right? I think it's just a Halloween party. Yeah, they do the Halloween party that's over at California Adventure. That's what I'm thinking. How's the 100-year merch? I have not seen any merch out yet, but I also have not really been actively looking at it out lately. What were the allergy-friendly snacks? So they had some sugar-free options at places that you could get apples if you wanted to. At different places, I saw apples at, was it Tortuga Tavern? But there's also a window at not every one of the spots, but almost every one of the spots where there's like a light green sign that says allergy-friendly snacks. So if you, and there, it might have been at every single spot, and I just didn't recognize it. But yeah, you could go over there and you could go through and get your allergy-friendly snacks if you wanted to. But I didn't really pay attention too much to what they were. But I saw apples at the one spot. That's the only one that I really saw because I was next to that window. But all the other times there's 3 windows for sure that I saw at different spots, and all the other ones I was further away from that spot because I just took the shortest line. But that one time when the shortest line was next to that line, so I do know there's apples. I'm not sure what else. They need to bring back Osborne Lights. I 100% agree with you. I miss the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights so much. This isn't about the party, but it's kind of Christmas themed. If you got the option to bring back 3 extinct attractions or bring back the Osborne Family Lights, which one would you choose? So I had to choose either the Osborne Lights or 3 extinct attractions. Oh my. Do I get to choose which 3 extinct attractions? That's tough. Because I loved the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. There was a time where I was working at Yak and Yeti at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So I would be done with work at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon because the park closed at like 6. And during that time, I think I saw Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights almost every single night, if not every single night, because I loved the other. And there, half the time I was like not even planning. I was like, I'm going to go to Magic Kingdom tonight. I'm going to watch the castle light up. And then also next thing I know, I'm like in the Hollywood Studios parking lot, like, how did I get here? I think I would choose Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. Although the other one I would get all year round. The Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights I would only get for about 2 months of the year. But I think I would choose. It's crazy to say, but I think I would choose Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. I love the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. It was without a doubt one of my favorite things. It still is without a doubt one of my favorite things that Disney's ever done. I actually have a string of the lights. One of the Imagineers gave it to me. He knew how much I loved the lights, and he gave me a little string of lights from the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. Yeah, I think I would choose Osborne Family Spectacle. I just loved it. I loved it. I can see it in my head as if it was yesterday, and I miss it. I miss it dearly. I absolutely miss it dearly. I did it. I had YouTube up before I started the show. This is really funny. I had YouTube up before I started the show, and I didn't realize that it must have. I was watching a video. I thought I turned the video off, and it must have ended that. It must have played through the video, and it's now on the Wednesday show, but it's literally on the live feed. So I look over there, and it says, "This isn't about the party, but it's kind of Christmas themed." It's literally. I didn't plan on that, but apparently, hello over there in the other room. I thought I turned off the TV. Also, I saw something in the reflection of my picture over there, which is the TV. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Turquoise. The signs are turquoise. I apologize. They could put you guys don't get. If I don't get the Osborne Lights, you don't get the Osborne Lights. I need the Osborne Lights. Yeah, and that's the problem too, is because like I would give anything to ride the original Figment again, or to ride Great Movie Ride again, or do Tarzan Rocks. No, I wouldn't do Tarzan Rocks. But there's so many attractions that I would love to do again. But if I can only choose 3 to bring back versus, I think I would choose the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. I love the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. That was such a great thing. Are the lights within reach? Would love to see them. No, they're like packaged away on a shelf so I don't break them. They're also I've got those ones, and I also have it. So one of the D23 events I went to, they were also gave out the light bulbs, which I'm sure are burnt out. I've never tried to actually turn it on, but light bulbs from the electric water pageant. So I got the two of them together. I can see where it's packaged at, but I would have to like I've got them wrapped up and everything, so I can't even see them, except for when I have people over. I'm like, hey, you want to see something cool? Maelstrom. I would love to Maelstrom. There's so many rides I would love to ride again. Oh, wait, any other questions about the Christmas party or any other questions about Disney? Let's check out our subscriber count while you guys throw some questions in here. If we've gone up, we will continue going into extra rounds here, going through and answering more questions as we go through here. But we're still at the same. We're still at that 2403. So keep throwing people over. We're 97 away from 2,500 people. We need to hit by the end of the year. Otherwise, I'll cry. Is my Christmas tree all Disney? My Christmas tree here? No, it's not. So growing up, we always got to choose an ornament every year. It was our family tradition. So there's some that are Disney, some that are not Disney. Like I got Santa with a belly full of cookies. I've got a crossing guard. That's a beaver. I got a snow village because it moves. Any of the ones that like have like special interactive features, I always got because when I was a kid, I was like, "That's so cool! I got to get that." I got a lot of Wisconsin Badgers things, some Chicago Bears things on there. A lot of crayon ornaments because I was really into coloring. I got a Bugs Bunny too because I always liked Bugs Bunny, even though he's not Disney. I like him. Superman because my nickname in high school was Superman. Star Wars, Herbie the Love Bug. That's Disney though. A teddy bear, another teddy bear. Wow, a lot of teddy bears. All from when I was younger. A lot of crayons though. Lots of crayons. Lots of Santas. Lots of fun. Oh yeah. Well, it's like you plug it in and then the lights go ding, 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 ding. Your Christmas tree hasn't won since 1985 either. It's the Bears will win again someday. I watched the Great Christmas Light Fight? Not yet. There's so much stuff to watch right now on Disney Plus that I am so far I'm so far behind right now on all of my stuff that I just need to get caught back up because I watched National Treasure today, the brand new series National Treasure. I've watched the first episode. I've not watched the second episode yet. I loved the first episode. That could be, if every episode is as good as that first episode, that has a very, very, very high chance at becoming my favorite Disney Plus show. It was so good. Like I was so invested. That like by the time the episode was done, I was like, oh, it's over. And then I looked and it was a 49-minute episode. I was like, oh, okay, well, they got my attention. Yes, only one tree. I'm watching Willow. I haven't watched Roderick Rules from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I haven't watched Night of the Museum. I want to watch the Idina Menzel thing. I'm still one episode away from finishing Limitless. There's so much stuff that I want to watch. And then on top of all the new stuff, I want to watch old stuff too. Oh, why do I have to work when I could just watch Disney Plus all day and go to the parks and talk about the parks and talk about Disney? I'm afraid of bringing this up because I'm afraid someone might have watched the finale. So we're not going to talk about that. I watched the first hour and then I got ready for the Wednesday show. So I will have to finish that episode. I'm going to finish Survivor when it goes online in a few hours. Work for Disney Plus. I wrote to Eric the other day actually about this. Does anyone remember that contest about watching Disney Plus every day for a year? Remember there was like someone was like trying to get someone to do a job where that would be their job is to watch Disney Plus. I applied. I know lots of other people who applied too. And I never heard anything about it. Like I never heard who won. I haven't heard if that person watched Disney Plus every day. I don't know. There's so much to watch on Disney Plus though. I just want to go through and watch Disney Plus all day, every day. But do a lot of other stuff too. I'm going to go to the parks. and make videos and write books and all that other. There's not enough time, people. Okay, does anyone out there have any more questions before we wrap up tonight's episode here? I'll give you guys a minute to figure out if you guys have a question. I'm going to get another drink of water here. So next week's episode will most likely be us going to probably the campground. So we'll be going to the campground and going. Oh, look, someone actually asked that question. Let's plan that for next week. We'll probably be going to the campground and checking out the Christmas decorations over there. If I can get into the campground. There's been times where I've not been able to get into the campground the week before Christmas, but there's also been most of the time I've been able to get in with no problem. We have done a campground episode literally every single Wednesday before Christmas, with the exception of once or twice since 2010. I absolutely love going down there to the campground and checking out those decorations. So if we get over there, and I've got a pretty good chance that we will, take the boat from Magic Kingdom. The problem with that is the park will be closed by the time we finish. So it's a risky move of parking, taking the monorail over, taking the boat over, and then possibly getting back to it's a risk that we did not make one time. So, because usually when we do live broadcasts from like different spots, like live at Wilderness Lodge or the campgrounds or whatever, after the show finishes, I'm usually there for another hour or two because I'm like, oh, I'm here. Might as well just kind of hang out. And so, yeah, that's been a problem in the past. So we will see. We will see. And I don't have whatchamacallit? Uber. I don't have Uber on my phone. I don't have enough memory on my phone to download Uber. Do you rent the golf cart? I have rented a golf cart once down there, but we'll probably, maybe we can rent the golf cart. I'll have to look into the prices of the golf cart rental and figure out if we can rent a golf cart. Maybe we'll rent a golf cart. Who knows? Yeah, we did it one time. It didn't make going around a lot easier. I guess otherwise it's like pitch black for like 5 minutes of walking, and then you just listen to me like no. Usually we do trivia, and we'll do we'll go down there to the campground. We'll go around and take a look at the decorations, and then on top of like taking a look at the decorations, we'll also do Christmas Disney themed trivia. Ooh, like who was the very first character meal? Which character could you meet during the very first character meal? And where was that character meal located? This is the question we're going to give you right now. And then we'll probably ask it again next week. And then you guys will know. And then if anyone else is watching, they'll be like, I have no idea. And you guys be like, well, it just happens to be. But it's going to be the trivia question I'm throwing at you right now. What was the very first character that you can meet during a character meal? And where was that character meal located? Maybe someone? No one out there knows? I know there's probably a slight delay. Let's look at how far back past Brent is. Past Brent, are you there? Oh, he's about 15 to 20 seconds behind. Mickey at Chef Mickey, not Mickey at Chef Mickey. Mickey Contemporary, not Mickey Contemporary. Minnie at the Poly, not Minnie at the Poly. Ooh, this is a good one. Not Chef Mickey at the Contemporary. That would make the most sense, but that's not it. It was not at a park. I'll give you that hint. I'll also give you the hint of it was not at a resort. What? We'll give you guys about 30 seconds to try to figure out the answer here. So right at our 1 hour mark of when we've been live for 1 hour, that's about 30 seconds from now. That's going to be when we have it. And Mickey on the big red boat. Good guess, but that's not it. Rainforest Cafe, not Rainforest Cafe either. Ooh. But Eric is the closest. It is at Disney Springs. Or I should say it was at Disney Springs. I'm looking right now to see. I want to say not Plaza Inn, not Disneyland. It was not Minnie. It was not Minnie. It was not Mickey. It was not Daisy. It was not Donald. It was not Goofy. Kind of keep. Remember, I said it was going to be a Christmas themed thing. I want to make sure I'm getting the name of the restaurant right. Um, it was not. It was not Scrooge McDuck. I would love it if it was Scrooge McDuck. But remember, Christmas themed, and not specifically a Disney character. Although technically, with that's okay. I had the second part, but I was like drawing the biggest blank on the first part. Not Ebenezer Scrooge. I'll give you a 3-word hint on who it is. Ho ho ho. I was drawing the biggest blank on the first. The second word, the restaurant. It was not that. It was Santa Claus. It was Santa Claus, and you can meet Santa Claus at the Empress Lily. So if you've ever gone to Disney Springs now, Paddlefish, which is over there right now, before Paddlefish was Fulton's. Before Fulton's, it was the Empress Lily, named after Lillian Disney. And so the first time that Disney they had the idea of doing character meet and greets, but they weren't sure how to do character meet and greets. So they figured that a Santa Claus breakfast would actually be the best way to kind of go about doing it. So people could go through and figure out, how to meet the character, how to meet Santa, and have Santa go around to the tables and have it so kids could interact with Santa. And that was actually how they figured out how to go through and do character meet and greets. Fun fact. Okay, so are we? Well, we're done with the time. Let's see if we get any new subscribers. Please, one new subscriber. One new subscriber. That's all we want. But sadly, there is none. 2403. Still not a bad number. I would gladly take that number. Okay, so we are going to wrap up this broadcast right here. As always, tonight's show was sponsored by Christmas ornament. It's all about the mouse travel. Yeah. Make sure you stop by. It's all about the mousetravel.com for all of your Disney travel needs. All their services are absolutely positively 100% free. So make sure you book with them for your next Disney vacation. Like I said, if you've not already liked this video, make sure you go give it a like. If you've not subscribed, then make sure you subscribe as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining us once again this week. I hope everyone out there is having a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a good show. Or maybe it was an okay show, and I hope you enjoyed the okay show. But we will be coming to you guys live next week on Disney property, hopefully over at the campground. If not at the campground, over at Disney Springs, and checking out the Christmas trees there. Until then, remember that anything can happen if you let it. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Are they gone? Are they gone? Oh, good. My cheeks are just killing me. I just